Hello, fellow Lost fans, and welcome back to Lost History. Today's character is often overlooked, but he's super important to the plot and to the island itself, and that person is...
Walt! Walt?
Walter Lloyd was born on August 24th, 1994, to Michael Dawson and Susan Lloyd. However, the two would not last as a couple, and they will eventually split. At the age of 2, Walt's mother Susan would remarry a man named Brian Porter, and the new family would move out of the country. This is when Walt's biological dad Michael will say goodbye forever because he gave up his parental rights to him.
Hey, this is for you, man. You like bears?
Yes, sure, he's just really shy.
You and I, we're not gonna see each other for a while, Walt. I just want you to know that no matter where you go, that your daddy, he loves you very, very much. And I always will.
Walt would move around a lot as a child, but eventually ends up in Australia. During this nice, happy, normal time, Walt's best friend will become Brian's dog, and his name is Vincent. Walt feels very comfortable talking to Vincent. However, meanwhile, later in Walt's life, Walt's stepdad Brian is kind of wary of him, and he thinks he's odd. Like he can do things.
There's something about it. Sometimes when he's around, things happen. He's different somehow.
I picked the bronze Kahuku. It's funny. You want to see?
What about Barkley?
I mean, it doesn't look funny. Just the name.
Sleeping in late. That's too much.
Hey, Brian, look. Look. You're not looking. You're not looking.
Oh my God.
Is it dead?
Yeah.
Not long after, tragedy would strike. Susan suffers from a blood disease and she will pass away. A couple days later, Walt's biological dad, Michael, will show up to take him away. Now, the real story is, Brian is the worst. The day after Susan's die, Brian shows up to Michael's place to beg him to take Walt. Turns out, Brian didn't even want Walt in the first place, just wanted his mom. Brian is awful. So when Michael shows up to take Walt, he will offer a different story.
Hey, Walt.
Who are you?
I'm your father. Listen, I can't explain how sorry I am.
Where's Brian?
I come to bring you home with me.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
I know this is really hard to understand, all of this. Brian loves you very much. And he wants you to stay with him, but it's not his choice. It's mine. It's not like he's gonna disappear from your life. He'll still call you, write to you, come to see you whenever he can. You'll still have your dog.
But Vincent isn't mine. He's Brian's.
Brian said you can have him.
Because of the situation, this relation starts off not on the right foot. It's very strained in the beginning. Walt has absolutely no desire to listen to this stranger.
I always watch this show.
Okay, then. Could you at least turn it down, man? I said turn it down, Walt.
Brian lets me watch as loud as
I'm
I
not
want.
Brian.
Let's go.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Hey! Walt!
I said
Don't
get
you
away
walk
from
away
me!
from me. Walt, look, I don't think so.
Get off of me!
Look, I don't like this either, but you're getting on that plane.
No, I'm not!
Hey, what's going on? It's okay, I'm his father.
No, you're not. You're not my father.
Walt and his new old dad will eventually get to the airport to board a flight from Sydney, Australia to LA, California. This is also when Walt will hear the end of Michael's phone conversation.
Then what am I supposed to do with him? He's not supposed to be mine. It's never part of the plan. Thanks, man. Hey, man.
I need new batteries.
And this is why, being accident or fate, Walt would board the doomed airplane that is Oceanic Flight 815. After the initial crash, it's pretty much chaos, but luckily Michael and Walt are a-okay. The surviving group will make camp, and then they realize there's something weird on this island. The next morning, Walt is present while the group there discuss what to do next.
I think we should do something about the, BODYS.
What are you spelling, man? Bodies?
BODIES.
That sounds like a good idea.
After that meeting, Walt will go off into the jungle to try to find Vincent. Only he doesn't find him and finds a pair of handcuffs instead. That's when an angry Michael will scold Walt and drag him back to the beach. At the beach, Walt will have an encounter with a strange man named John Locke.
Backgammon's the oldest game in the world. Archaeologists found sets when they excavated the ruins of ancient Mesopotamia.
Did they have dice and stuff?
But theirs weren't made of plastic, their dice were made of bones.
Cool.
The next day, during a rainstorm, Michael will take this time to question Walt about the weird bald guy he was talking to. It's pretty obvious Michael does not trust this guy, but Walt thinks of him as friendly.
Mr. Locke got any kids?
He didn't say.
Yeah, what did he say?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Mr. Locke said a miracle happened to him.
Yeah, well, a miracle happened to all of us, Walt. We survived the plane crash. I don't want you hanging around him anymore.
Why not? He's my friend.
I'm your friend, too.
If you were my friend, you'd find Vincent.
Look, I haven't given up on your dog. But I'm gonna do everything I can to find
You
him.
don't care about Vincent.
I'm gonna get your dog back as soon as it stops raining. Hey, listen to me. I'm gonna get your dog back.
If you're thinking, wow, what a coincidence, the rain just happened to stop now? No coincidence, my friend. Walt definitely made the rain stop. And a lot of people think that people who believe this are grasping at straws, but let's hear it from the showrunner himself.
I think when the audience starts getting disconnected is when you tell them what to think, which is, Walt is psychic. Like, I don't want to say that, but all I'm going to say is, I show you the scene, I throw out the idea, and then it's sort of up to you to extrapolate from it what you want.
Day 4 on the island, Walt gets a happy reunion moment when Vincent is found. In the next coming week or so, a lot will happen on the island. Michael will go on a boar hunt with Mr. Locke and get hurt. Don't worry, he's fine. Walt will witness his dad get beat up by a guy named Jin over a watch and a communication problem. Walt and Michael will move into the caves they found because there's a fresh water source there, but there's a cave-in at the caves. Don't worry, everyone's okay. A guy named Hurley builds a golf course for entertainment purposes, and pregnant passenger Claire and her friend Charlie are kidnapped by a dangerous group deemed the Others. During all the chaotic events, Walt takes every opportunity to go hang out with Mr. Locke, and it becomes clear that Walt thinks very highly of him.
He knows a lot more than how to catch a boar. Mr. Locke's a warrior. He can hunt, he can track stuff, and he's the only one who brought knives. So if it were me, I'd listen to him.
Well, I don't want you to. You stay with Hurley.
Back home, I'm known as something of a warrior myself.
On day 26, conflict will arise for our friend Walt. Walt will sneak away to go hang out with Mr. Locke, and Mr. Locke will teach Walt how to throw a knife.
Man, I suck.
You can do better than that.
Might want to take it easy on him.
See this knot, Walt? I want you to aim for it. Right here. All right? Picture it in your mind's eye. You know what that is, right? The mind's eye?
Like a picture in your head? Or...
That's right. Now do it again. But see it. See it before you do it.
Whoa.
Yes!
I knew you had it in you, Walt.
It was weird. I actually saw it in my mind or something, like it was real.
Who's to say it wasn't?
Hey! What the hell is going on? Give me that.
But,
Take Vincent and go back to camp.
but Mr.
Now,
Locke was...
little man.
Walt will return to the caves and hang out and read his comic book. When Michael eventually returns, he has a crazy idea that he's going to build a raft to get off of the island.
I need your help with something.
I'm doing stuff.
You're reading a comic book in Spanish, and you don't read Spanish, man.
I like the pictures.
You like the art, huh?
I guess so.
You know, when I was your age, I don't know, maybe a little older, I used to trace comic books. Taught myself about perspective. You know what that is? Perspective?
Hey,
I said, I need your help. Let's go.
why do I have to come?
Because I've seen what happens when I don't keep an eye on you. Any long piece of metal or plastic tubing, anything that looks like it'll work as a frame.
Frame for what?
You'll see soon enough. Hey, separate the cushions, the plastic, the tarp. Put everything you find in different piles so we can take stock.
Am I being punished?
What, you think working with your old man is punishment? Oh, man. This is us taking control of our destiny.
Only Walt is 10 and this is zero fun, so he'll find an excuse to wander off and then he'll go see Mr. Locke.
Your father doesn't want us spending time together.
He's not the boss of me.
But he's your father. And he cares about you, and you need to show him respect.
Damn it! What is wrong with you?
I was just coming to
I
see...
told you to stay away from my son.
He didn't. I was just giving
I don't want to hear from you.
I was just giving him this pencil to give to you. I thought you could use it. Consider it a peace offering.
To punish Walt, Michael will throw the comic book into the fire. This, of course, will cause Walt to take Vincent and run off. A few hours will go by, and Michael cannot find him. So Michael will go see Mr. Locke and see if Walt is there, and it turns out he's not. This is when the two will team up together to go find Walt. And when they do, it is a dire situation. He's being attacked by a polar bear.
Dad!
Hey, Walt!
Dad! Dad! Where are you, Dad?
Hang on! Hey, Walt, just hang in there, okay? If he comes near you, use it! Stay there, buddy!
Dad!
Hey, you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. Whatever you do, you hold on to this tight. You got me?
Audience and their imagination is so much better than, than anything that we could ever sort of force upon them. And we sort of have ideas. Gee, Walt's reading a comic book about polar bears and a polar bear shows up.
Tight!
What about you?
Don't worry about me. I'll be right behind you, okay? So... Pull him, Locke!
This is a huge moment for Walt. He literally sees his dad fight a bear for him. And later on that night, Walt will learn that his dad wrote him all the time and thought about him constantly.
Since you like to look at pictures.
What's this?
Every card, every letter I sent you over the last 8 years.
You wrote me?
Mm-hmm.
I never saw these. Did my mom have these? Why didn't she give them to me?
I don't know. But she didn't throw them away either, which means, somewhere inside she wanted you to have them.
So, you drew these?
Just for you. This one. Did for your second birthday.
A penguin with a sunburn? That's dumb.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
In the next coming week, Walt will try his best to listen to his father. He'll even get a new backgammon partner, a guy named Hurley.
Dude, would you please roll?
Yes!
No!
Your turn. It's okay. I wasn't very good when I first started playing either.
I didn't just start playing. I took 17th in a tournament once.
17 is not very good.
No, 17th is very good.
Come on, double sixes, double sixes. Yes!
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yes!
Walt is psychic.
Yes! Come on, one more game, double or nothing.
Can't. I got a meeting.
A meeting?
Yeah, a meeting.
You owe me $20,000!
You'll get it.
During this time, Walt will also try to spend time with Michael and he will help him build the raft.
Oldest skyscraper in the city. Built in 1902, and it's flat. That one building inspired me to start drawing and, designing things.
Why?
You just gotta see it, man. You wanna see it, right?
I guess.
On day 32, sabotage will take place. It seems someone has lit the raft on fire. Everyone thinks it's Jin because Michael and Jin have never gotten along and they've gotten into a couple fights along the way. So another fight will break out. This is when Locke will come to Jin's defense and suggests a different theory.
Why would any one of us block an attempt to get home? We're so intent on pointing the finger at one another that we're ignoring the simple, undeniable truth that the problem isn't here, it's there. They've attacked us, sabotaged us, abducted us, murdered us. Maybe it's time we stopped blaming us and started worrying about them.
Walt will then go to check on his dad, visiting the ruins of his raft.
Damn it! Damn it! God! No. Come here. Come here. We all have setbacks. I mean, God knows, man. It's just life. We'll start over.
You're gonna build another one?
Yeah, a better one.
Can I help?
No doubt you can help.
Later that night in the caves, Walt would get a visitor, one John Locke. And John Locke has a question.
Why did you burn the raft, Walt?
I don't want to move anymore. I've been moving places my whole life. I like it here.
I like it here, too.
The coming morning, Michael will visit the remains of his raft, and that's when Jin will volunteer to help him. The whole camp actually pitches in to try to get the raft up and going. Now, in the coming week, the lost survivors will have their fair share of ups and downs. A big up is pregnant passenger Claire had her baby. A huge down, depressing moment is Locke's right-hand guy, Boone, would unfortunately pass away. This, of course, will make Walt nervous about the future.
How much weight can this hold?
I don't know. A lot.
What if it tips over?
It won't. That's why we made it this wide. All right.
What if a shark attacks?
Sharks ain't getting anywhere near us, man.
What if we die?
We are not gonna die.
Boone died.
On day 43, fellow survivor and high school science teacher Leslie Arts tell them a storm is brewing and they have to leave as soon as possible. The crash crew does everything to help finish the raft. This is when Walt will see his dad get sick right in front of him.
Dad! Dad!
Get Jack!
And once again, it's sabotage. As the camp comes together to solve the mystery, young Walt will go to Mr. Locke to tell him that he did not poison his dad.
I didn't do it.
Didn't do what?
I heard Jack. He thinks somebody got my dad sick. And I didn't do it.
You think because I know you burned the first raft that I'd think you made your dad sick? We're friends, Walt. I didn't tell on you before, and I'm not going to tell on you now, and I know you would never do anything to hurt your dad.
Don't open it.
What'd you say?
Don't open it, Mr. Locke. Don't open that thing.
What thing? What do you...
Just don't open it.
That was a weird conversation. Here is some context. John Locke and Boone were in the jungle and they found a hatch, and they've been trying to open it this whole time, unbeknownst to the rest of the island. This is another case of Walt's supernatural ability because he shouldn't know about the hatch at this time, and he's able to warn John Locke about opening it. Now, before the launch, Walt knows he cannot take Vincent with him, so he will gift Vincent, his best friend, to Boone's sister Shannon.
Is there something you want?
I think you should take Vincent. He'll take care of you.
What makes you think I need a dog to take care of me?
Vincent took care of me when my mom died. And nobody would talk to me. They pretend like nothing happened. So I could talk to Vincent. He's a good listener. You could talk to him about Boone if you want.
All right. But only till you get us rescued, okay?
The time has come for everyone on the island to say goodbye, and it's one of those bittersweet moments. It's sad because they're saying goodbye to friends, and it's happy because of hope of getting rescued.
Go, 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 go! Come on, go! That's it.
Go back, Vincent! Vincent! Go back! Go back!
The four men on the raft, Walt, Michael, Jen, and Sawyer, are very hopeful as they adventure through the water. This is when Walt and his dad kind of have a heart-to-heart.
How come you and my mom didn't stay together?
We tried. Just didn't work out. So, our lives, our interests, just went in different directions.
How come I never saw you?
Because your mom didn't want me to. She did what she thought was best for you.
She was wrong.
Oh, don't worry, a piece falls off, but that Sawyer guy goes in to get it, and everything's okay for now. Night will fall, and because they see another boat ahead, hope springs to 100.
It could be anything, a piece of floating junk. We don't even know if Saeed's radar works.
You ever known I gotta fix something up that don't work?
It's moving away! Come on!
Please, God.
And the flare works. The boat sees it and comes towards them. Only this isn't the rescue they had hoped for. Turns out the people in the boat are not friends, but foes. They are part of the dangerous group deemed the Others.
Only the thing is, we're gonna have to take the boy.
What? What'd you say?
The boy. We're gonna have to take him.
I'm not giving you anybody.
Well, all right then.
Hey! No! Oh, no!
Walter Lloyd is taken by the dangerous group known as the Others. When he gets to this camp, he is locked into a room and given a bunch of tests. He is not very complacent and is taken to the punishment room known as Room 23.
That's not a place you really want to go. Room 23 is not a good place, but sometimes if you don't really conform to, what's necessary to be a good other, you find yourself in Room 23.
Even in Room 23, the punishment brainwashing room, Walt proves to be more than the Others can handle.
I'm not going in there.
Fine, get Beatrice.
She's not going in there either, Ben. None of them will. Tom won't even bring them food. They're all scared. Look, Ben, his father is out there looking for him. We could bring him back.
No.
This is your responsibility. You are the one who wanted him here.
Jacob wanted him here. He's important. He's special.
Come see. What kind of child does this?
So, for a context break, this dude is Ben. He is the current leader of the Others. It was his call to kidnap Walt, and Ben has caused a lot of problems for the Oceanic Flight 815 survivors. This is when we'll see another ability that Walt has. He definitely has the ability to astral project, and Shannon will be the one who sees him. While looking for Vincent in the jungle, Shannon comes across and sees a wet Walt. He will say some weird language to her and then disappear. We learn this is not some weird language, it's just him talking backwards, and he says, "Push the button. Don't push the button. Bad."
What are you doing here?
3 days later, Shannon sees Walt again. It will happen a third time to Shannon because she is determined to prove she's not crazy and she's really seeing Walt. She'll go off in the rain and her boyfriend Saeed goes after her to stop her and bring her home. This is when they will both see Walt.
Do you see him? Walt! Walt!
Now, if you remember, there's this thing that Walt warned Locke not to open, the hatch. Locke decided to open it. In the hatch, there's a dude named Desmond. He has to type some numbers and push a button via computer every 108 minutes or else bad stuff will happen. But when the Islanders open the hatch, that dude totally runs away, so the Lost Seas will take up that cause. Michael one day is in the hatch to do this duty when he notices something weird on the computer. Now, normally I don't like to go into theories, and I just like to tell you what happens on screen. But with Walt, we're going to have some fun and dive into a theory. It is super confirmed that that is in fact Walt talking to Michael on the computer. But how is Walt doing this? One of the theories is because the Others have no reason to trust Walt and leave him alone on a computer to message anyone he wants, is in fact there is no computer. Walt has some techno-psychic ability where he can reach whoever he wants through technology. Now, it's not super confirmed or denied, and I don't know if I believe it or not, but even the creators hint or joke about it.
Yeah, we can say that was Walt on the computer.
Yeah, he's a good typist.
But he
has
might not,
exceptional typing skills.
Or he might not have even needed a computer. I mean, when you have psychic powers, maybe you just think about the internet and you start IMing people.
Walt will communicate again with Michael and tell him how to find him, and Michael will go off to do such. A couple days later, the Others will drag Walt into a hut and he gets to see his father again.
Walt?
Dad.
Are you okay? Huh?
Yeah,
Did they hurt you?
they make me take tests.
They make you what?
We're not going to talk about that.
How's Vincent?
Vincent's... He's great. He's great. He misses you.
Hey, don't be scared, man. Don't be scared. It's gonna be over real soon, okay? I'm gonna get you out of here, okay?
They're not who they say they are.
Walt,
They're pretending.
you want me to put you in the room again?
Pretending what?
Okay, that's it. We're done.
No, wait. Hey, wait. Come here, Walt. Wait, come here, wait. I'm sorry, come here.
Dad, don't leave me. Help me, please. Don't leave me.
Don't. I won't, man. I'm gonna get you out of here, okay? I promise you, I will get you out of here, okay?
Dad!
Let him go! Walt, wait, let go of him!
I love you!
Walt, I'm gonna get you out of here, okay?
I love you!
Walt, I love you too, Walt!
Let me go!
2 days later, Walt is thrown onto a boat and driven somewhere. Now, the guards/men on the boat make him dunk under a table, so he can't see or hear much, but he can see something weird happen. Moments after, the father-son pair are reunited.
You okay? You sure? Okay, I got you now. It's gonna be okay now. We're going home, Walt. We are going home.
The two sail away from the island and eventually end up in New York City. We can assume the pair had some decent times in New York at first, but Michael's guilt will get to him. Apparently he had to do some bad things to get off the island. Michael will confess to Walt that during the process to make a deal to escape the island, he had to kill 2 women. Anna Lucia and a woman named Libby, who, side note, is Hurley's love interest at that point. And he set up 4 separate people to get kidnapped by the others. After learning this, Walt will go to live with his grandma, and a little bit later, Michael will come to visit Walt, but Grandma shuts it down.
No. You know the answer to that?
I want to see him.
No.
Just let me talk.
I don't know what you said to that boy. But whatever it was, he doesn't want to see you.
Please, Ma. He's my son. I have a right.
I thought you were dead. They said your plane crashed in the middle of the ocean. But you show up here fine and dandy. Only I can't tell anybody about you or Walt. Can't call you by your real names. He barely talks to me. But he does wake up screaming in the middle of the night. And I'm the one that's got to tell him it's gonna be okay. So until you can explain to me where you were for over 2 months and what happened, you gave up your rights.
It's very obvious Walt is struggling with trauma. He's been through a lot in such a short time. Now, because of Walt's ability, he still has a connection to the island, and he will use his abilities once more to help John Locke.
Don't, John. Now get up, John.
He shot me and I can't move my legs.
You can move your legs. Now get out of the ditch, John.
Why?
Because you have work to do.
About 20 or so days later, after Walt and his dad reach New York, he will see on the news there are in fact more people who have escaped the island. The media will dub them the Oceanic Six, and they consist of Dr. Jack, Kate, Hurley, son Saeed, and Claire's baby Aaron. The years will pass and none of these people will reach out to him, but one person does, one John Locke.
I'll give you 2 some privacy.
Hey, John.
Hi, Walt.
What happened?
I hurt my leg. You don't seem surprised to see me.
I've been having dreams about you. You were on the island wearing a suit, and there were people all around you. They wanted to hurt you, John.
Good thing they're just dreams.
Is my dad, is he back on the island? I haven't talked to him in 3 years. I figured he must have gone back.
Last I heard, your dad was on a freighter near the island.
So why'd you come to see me?
I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Well, I gotta go. It was good seeing you, John.
Yeah. Take care.
I take it you didn't invite him along.
Walt will then ask his grandma for a big favor.
You don't know me, but you know my grandson. Now, we've traveled all the way across country just so he could see you. I need to know if you're going to do anything crazy.
I won't do anything crazy. Hey, Walt.
You know, when you came back, I was waiting for one of you to come see me, but nobody did. I don't understand why you're all lying.
We're lying? Because it's the only way to protect everyone that didn't come back.
Like my dad.
Like your dad. Yeah.
After this meeting, Walt is just forgotten by the group and by the island. He will then be admitted to Santa Rosa Mental Health Institute, when in 2010, he will get a visit from a familiar face.
Hello, Walt.
What are you doing here?
Like my note said, a friend of yours sent me.
I don't have any friends.
We all have friends. Even me.
You here to kidnap me again?
I'm genuinely sorry about that. But what's done is done. I can't change the past. I can only take responsibility for it. Walt, I understand what you've had to go through. I know the difficulties you've had pretending to be someone that you're not. Walt, I'm here to help you.
Why?
Because you're special. And I bet nobody's told you that in a very long time.
What good does that do me?
We need you. You have work to do. Starting with helping your father.
My father's dead.
Doesn't mean you can't help him. Will you go with us, Walt?
You ride shotgun.
Dude. Hurley.
It's great to see you, Walt.
I kept hoping one day somebody would come back for me. I thought I was crazy.
You're not crazy, dude. Not even close. You just need to get back to the island, that's all. It's where you belong. It's where you've always belonged.
Why?
I want to talk to you about a job. All right, Ben. Let's get out of here. It's time for us all to go home.
The job that Hurley is referring to is protector of the island. The island is special and needs someone who will think of its best interest, and that person will be Walt. And that's it. That is the story of Walter Lloyd.
That special kid.
They took my son, they took my son.